Well, welcome back to the Hancock Hill Homestead. I know it's been a while. It's probably been about 3 months since I've been on here. The last time I was on here, out here, where I'm fixing to show you, is here was so wet that it was just unbearably, I mean, we'd had rain, but now I've run into another problem. We've run into a situation of dry. I mean, super dry. But anyway, you see, I got a little corn in my neighbor's house there, but it's not doing good. It's dry, Lord, it's dry. And then I got my okra right here, and I'm gonna explain to you why everything looks so different. And moving on down, old barn there with junk around it. I got plenty of that. I got plenty of junk. I know nobody else don't have junk but me. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is share with you right here, and let me make sure I get everything straightened up. But anyway, we had the corn was already up, doing good. Then we had the okra here, and we had some tomato plants here, and I ain't had nothing here yet, so I'm waiting to plant peas there. And I'm kind of holding my own on it. I ain't jumped out there too early because me and a good friend of mine talk about the pea weevils, eating them up, putting them little dots all over the peas, and then you have to me and my family, we pick them out and throw them away because we don't like eating the ones that stung up or whatever. But I planted some late corn over there, and I planted it a little bit not long ago. I think it's been a month now. It's been 1 month. And this corn on this side has been planted since 1st of April, end of March, 1st of April. It's got corn on it, and it's in the silk stage, but we ain't got no rain. We ain't had no rain to amount to anything in over a month. So it's been a while. I'll just say that. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but we got just about like a good 1/10 of an inch about a month ago, and that was about it. And it's been dry ever since. They've had rain go below us down here, which is in front of me to my south. This is north, but anyway, to the north of us, they had probably about a 1/10 of an inch about a week ago. To the south of us, they had about 3/10, and we hadn't had any right here at my house, any. But you know what? God's gonna bless us. It don't make no difference. God's gonna take care of his stuff. This ain't mine, it's his. But anyway, God's gonna take care of us. But anyway, what happened to us was when I planted my okra, it was up this high. And right in here, I had some tomatoes that was looking good. I mean, they'd done come up, branched out, and looking good. And what happened is that rainstorm I was talking about with a 1/10 of an inch. Anyway, we had hail that was as big as a golf ball, almost as big as a golf ball. And I mean, it fell pretty hard, pretty long, and it beat everything up right in here, especially my okra and my tomatoes. So guess what? That knocked everything away. Nothing survived it, so I had to replant my okra, and I had to replant my tomato plants. And the squashes were the only thing that survived, and these right here. There's a few tomatoes out there where my daughter's got them staked up at. It survived. But the thing it was beaten down. It's just taking them a long time to heal. They ain't coming back. But so I had to replant a lot of stuff. So that put me another month behind where I was at. Some friends of mine that's down the road and somewhere else, a little further south and a little bit further east, their gardens look pretty good because the hail didn't get that far. It ran out before it got to their place, which they had got small pea-sized hail. Here, it looked like it had beat it all up and everything else, especially with the storm. But yeah, I hadn't got anything planted here yet. I got it broken up, waiting. I want to wait till the dark nights of July, which is here just a week or so away, before I plant my peas. And y'all know I love peas. And I love butter beans too, but I ain't got none of them planted either. But let me keep this thing adjusted, and I want to explain something else too. I planted this late corn because I didn't know if this was gonna make or not because it started getting dry. So I planted it, and I did nothing else but plow it one time. And when I plowed it, that's all I've did. And I know I've put a lot of organic material in here, or leaves and compost. I put a lot of that in here trying to build this up because it was so poor that it wasn't making a whole lot. It was doing very little. So what I've done is I've tried to put more stuff back in it so that way it would build up. And it works. I'll say that much. It has worked. Because if you look at this corn, you'll see that it has progressed up to what it is. No fertilizer, no rain. It hadn't rained on this at all. None, period. It ain't rained on this at all. This corn was planted after the hailstorm that we had with the rain, and it hadn't had any on it. So the moisture's there, the other stuff is there. It's just I gotta doctor it and finish it up. But what I was trying to wait, I didn't want to plow it or move the dirt around and take any of the moisture away because it's still looking good. So what I'm doing is just trying to get through. But the one thing I have got and what I wanted to share, and I'm gonna show you the next spot that I'm trying to do, is I've been trying to fight a battle. I'm fighting a battle with this. And I know a lot of people wonder, that's just grass. Nah, it's just not normal grass. This thing here, with every one of these roots that come off of here, makes a nut under the ground. And guess what? It'll come up and it'll make another one here, and then another one here, then another one, then another one. It's an aggressive species. I mean, really and truly very aggressive. You can cut it off, it'll come back out. You can do anything you want to do to it, and it just keeps coming back. The only thing I found to do, and I told my friend that it is, but I got so much of it, is that you take and you catch a seed, or you catch this, you dig it up and down in there and get the seed out with it, and you don't put that back in your garden. You throw it out of the field. Get that out. And what I'll do, I'll see if I can find the seed, because that's where I'm gonna move to next, because this is what I'm battling. And this is what I've done over here. And I know that I'm gonna have a bunch of people complaining about it. This is the only way I know that my family has ever combated it. And here it is. I told you it wouldn't take much to find the seeds because I have so many of them. You see these? I want y'all to look close. Y'all think that ain't nothing, but I'm telling you, that is where the seeds come from, and that is what it is. It's called nutgrass. It's what my family's always called them. And the thing of it is, it can dry up. And if you can see that, it can dry up and be as dry as a bone. And you think it's dead. And it will come back out every time. And there's multiple seeds in this thing. Multiples. I mean, that's just one cut up. And there's probably 6 or 8 in each one of these. And here's another one. And that's why I said I'm taking my knife and cutting it. And you can see the seeds in there. And it just grows and grows and grows. And I mean, it just makes unreal. And the thing of it is, they make a chemical to spray on this to kill it. And to be able to treat my land. But You hear what I'm saying? Like my daddy and them said, and I said this in the Sunday school lesson. That butt means you're gonna wind up falling on your butt if you do whatever, because you're gonna wind up hurting yourself if you do that. But if you put that on your land, is what I've been told, you put that on there, you spray it, you treat it, you gotta wait 3 years for it to clear up to be able to use it for gardening. So is that a win or is that a lose, or what is that? So you tell me. I mean, that's why I said make a comment in there. And I know I'm gonna get in trouble because I ain't said it already. If you don't like, subscribe, and hit the notifications when I do put one up, you know what's going on. But is it a win if you put it on there and you can't use the ground for 3 years? It'd be all right for me because I'm probably not gonna use this. The only thing I'd use it for is a cornfield. But you ain't supposed to plant corn on it that you're gonna feed animals or feed to yourself or whatever because of that. The only thing you can do is put it back into the land. You plow it back in for 3 years. But really and truly, I don't know if you disturb the land or not disturb the land. So, and I don't even know what the name of the chemical is that you spray on that. I've heard some of them mention it. A friend of mine mentioned it way back when me and him was talking about it. And he said that you might not want to do that. And I'm like, well, I've had other ones say you need to put it out there. You can get rid of it. You ain't got to wait 3 years. I'm like, I've had cancer. I don't trust it. I don't trust chemicals. I don't trust a lot of things. A lot of things nowadays that we're supposed to be able to trust in is not there. It's not what it's supposed to be. And y'all know what I'm saying. I mean, it's out there. People put all kind of stuff out there now and telling you this, that, or the other. Very thorough. What I do use is mostly a little bit of a 10-10-10 or 17-17-17 or 21-0-21 and 34% nitrogen. And that's about as much as I use in my garden is doing that, other than I use some just regular material, you know, like calcium nitrate, which is a form of stuff to help to tomatoes and stuff, and it works for other plants too. But anyway, the only way I know, and my family has told me and taught me, my dad and everybody else, is we plow it when it's drought. When a drought is, you plow it, you keep it plowed, and I know you're killing certain things in the dirt, believe me. But the only way you kill that nut grass is to plow it. You got to dry it out so it will kill the root, and hopefully it will kill the seed. And I watched a video on it, how they do it in another country, is they plow it just like this. They level it down, and the seeds come up to the ground. They'll be on the top, and they got a torch that's got like 4 or 5 heads on it, and they burn it. They go across there and burn those seeds. But to do a field as big as this one, which is probably 500 by 250 foot, that's a lot of gas. That's a lot of burning, because you have to go real slow. As it goes across there, it cooks those seeds and it burns them, and it burns them just like it would with charcoal or something. It'll make them turn like powder. You know, you burning completely up. But see, that's not the only problem I have. If you did that, then you got to rotate it over, turn it around again, dish it again, and do it again, because the seeds that are in the ground come to the top. Not all the seeds are on the top. So I've seen that done, and that's some other countries that they do that, which I don't know what they use as I thought it looked like propane to me, but I mean, you know, that's what I said. That'd be a lot of propane to be able to use to cook the stuff down. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Other than that, everything else is doing great. My raised beds are doing good. My greenhouse over here. Oh, I said my greenhouse is still doing good. You see my moving chicken pens, I've had to work on them. Everything is doing real good. I have to give it credit. You have to endure. You have to do what you gotta do. But still staying busy, doing other things. and trying to keep my head above water. But anyway, that's why I said I've been busy here lately. You know, still driving a truck, still helping Mr. King out, and that's why I said with GK Farms, if you happen to see, I'll just say one of the GK Farm trucks, wave at them guys. It may be me, and it may not be me, but anyway, you know, that's what I'm telling you. Most time I drive a blue one, and I can drive one of the other ones, you know, just to help out wherever I'm needed. But if you see one of those guys, or if you see Mr. King himself, that's Gilbert, if you see him, tell him hello, you know, speak to him. He's a farmer himself, and he's enduring just like me and we're doing here now. Me and he has been talking the other week. We was talking about if we don't get some rain, it's going to be hurting a lot. There's a lot of farmers. There's a lot of farmers that are needing rain right now. Not just me. I'm talking about guys who's got a lot more money invested in the dirt than I do. I'd hate to say what some of them do have in the dirt. I mean, it ain't a couple of $100 like I would do, I mean, or so. They've got tens and thousands of dollars invested into growing things for food for us and food for animals, and not only that, for other stuff. So, you know, if any time you need to turn from our wicked ways and pray, is now. We need to be praying that God will heal our land and send us some rain. But again, that's why I said, if you would like, subscribe to my channel, do that. Hadn't made it to 200 yet. Still working on it. Would love to see 200. That way we could do another little draw and giveaway, and maybe it won't be James. So, but you know, it's liable to be James. He's lucky as all get out. So do remember them. Remember the people out there that's in the heat, that's working in this heat. It's 100 and something degrees. It was like 110 degrees here yesterday. So think about that. And I was out here working, so I know how hot it was. Think about those guys and gals that's out there on the job that don't have any shade like I do here in the yard. Think about them that's, you know, not got a truck with air conditioning in it, because some people don't have a truck with air conditioning. That's probably one of the hottest jobs there is, or working in a heat treatment plant, you know, where they're treating all types of metal, and it's really, really hot now. Remember our military men and women, our volunteers and police and stuff. Remember them in prayer. Keep them all in thoughts. Think about them. If you can do anything for them, do it. Do what you can do. But again, you see, that's why I said I even got a few stuff out here. I did also, while I'm thinking about it, we did take my cabbage. I had cabbage. I forgot that. We ain't showed that. They like to drown it when we got the big rains and stuff. But I did make some cabbage. Me and my mother did cut them up and get stuff going, and I'm making sauerkraut, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that, and I've got it right now in the churn, and we got to be able to deal with it for the next 9 days, and making sure I keep it covered, sealed, and, you know, fermenting off and stuff like that, because I like it. A lot of other people don't like it, but I do. But anyway, using something that I had in the garden that was going to go bad if I hadn't got it, and using it for my own good. So that way I can put it up in a jar and be canning it. Having it for later on in the winter when it's good and cold. But again, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you for watching the Hancock Hill Homestead. I hope to see you next time. Maybe it won't be 3 months. See you on the next one.